How's it? Today's Monday, October 19th, and I just have some snatch work, but that's the least eventful thing that was going on. Um, Last night I was doing my homework at like 10 p.m. I felt fine, and then at 11 p.m. I felt like I was dying. I was getting nauseous. I ended up throwing up a couple times. Um, and I originally was planning to not go to the gym today, but when I went to sleep, I woke up way before my alarm. I woke up at like 5 o'clock or something like that. Um, and I rebooked the appointment to go to the gym, and I felt fine. So I guess I did go to the gym. Really interesting, because after the gym, I did not feel okay. I felt very weak, felt very nauseous. Driving around was a little bit scary, but yeah, like I ended up throwing up again. So I just took it really easy the entire rest of the day. I took like a 3 hour nap, and then I ended up just I went to actually go get a COVID test, and hopefully it should be negative because I don't feel any other symptoms. Actually, I didn't know that vomiting and nausea was a symptom, but it is, and I wouldn't have gone to the gym had I known that. But so today's work was just a power snatch and a hang snatch up to 190 ish. Last week I was supposed to do 185, but my powers were not very good, and yeah. So here's my 190. I basically didn't hit any powers at all. I get decent height on the bar, but I think the bar was a little bit too sticky. It was a little bit too sticky for me to hit proper positions and push my arms through. And I ended up actually missing one of these complexes on the hang snatch, and I do really believe that it's because of the bar. So what I ended up doing was I switched the bar halfway through, or well, I guess on the last important set. I probably should have switched it earlier, given how close that 175 was. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how high I'm getting the bar from the floor. It's just that I'm not quick enough to overcome the stickiness of this bar. Yeah, so here's the one I miss. Not too bad of a miss, but yeah, you can see my wrists and my elbow were not very happy with that. Here's my final one. Even this bar was not the greatest, but it was still significantly better than the other. After that, I moved into some Panda Pulls. I feel like my timing is getting a lot better. I think one thing I do need to work on is getting extension through my legs and my hips instead of with my upper body. Or maybe not instead of with my upper body, but in addition to my upper body. Legs first. I think the the issue that I'm referring to gets a little bit more visible with the heavier weights. But as it stands, I'm pretty happy with how these feel. The timing was a big issue when I first was introduced to these, but I think that I'm starting to iron them out. Yeah, so this one was one where I kind of pulled my upper body, and then I go to 230, and then that's my top set. Yeah, a lot of upper body pull there. Not as much upper body relative, but still not the best. And after that, I do just these death negatives, 6 second negatives for the snatch deadlift. I think the thing that I was working on was I actually started counting to 7. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I do that because it's actually the interval between 1 and 7 is 6. And so like when I'm counting in my head, I count the seconds correctly. It's just that if I start at 1, I usually start at 1 once I start moving. So technically that would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But that has helped me a lot. I went back and I looked at all the videos after each set, and I saw the timestamp on the videos, and they're all roughly just over 6 seconds until I get to my top set, which is at 240. I think some of them were right under 6 seconds. But I think overall my positions on these are significantly better than they were, like like this is my 3rd week doing this. I feel like my positions are better by a lot now than they were when I first started. And again, this is a lot heavier than when I first started. When I first started, I would kind of get up to here, and then I would sit my hips a little bit further back, and it would just feel a little bit awkward because I don't do that when I'm pulling up. And these look better, they feel better, I feel significantly stronger. Overall, I'm really happy with how the Panda Pulls and the Snatch deadlifts went today. After that, I just do the 2 accessory lifts, or accessory movements, which would be pull-ups and some hanging leg raises. I actually ended up running out of time for the hanging leg raise because I wanted to clean up my stuff. So I did 3 sets of 10 for the pull-ups, and then 2 sets of 10 for the hanging leg raise. Actually, it might have been 2 sets of 15, I'm not sure. But I only ended up doing 2 sets. So, yeah. That would be the end of it. Hopefully my test is negative, so we'll see what happens. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, just 10. Shoots.